All right, this is day 5 of putting something on every day. So today I'm going to change gears quite a bit. I'm going to talk about music. A lot of people say new music today is no good, not like in the old days when we grew up and things like that. But we're missing, and I will date myself because a lot of the selections that I'm going to recommend here are going to be from older groups. But I just want to point out that these people are still working, still putting out great music. One of the reasons every generation thinks that the music they had when they were young was better than anything else, to some degree, if you read a book called This Is Your Brain on Music, it says that we tend to fixate on music that we learn in our developing years during adolescence. And so we tend to remember that. Of course, with the advent of classic rock radio, this is a terrible thing because it's like a Groundhog Day thing where we keep listening to the same music over and over again that we were in high school. It's like high school never ended. In my case, it was almost 50 years ago. So I'm going to try something here, sharing my screen. I hope it comes up in the recording okay. And I'm just going to give you a selection of some really cool albums that I found lately. So hopefully you're seeing this. And so the first one that just came out the other day is called The Elephant of Mars by Joe Satriani. Great instrumental album by a guy who's an amazing guitar player, and highly recommend. The other one, Bryan Adams, who, after Reckless, he had one album, I can't remember the album after that was good. He may have had some good ones till then, but as most of you know, he got really commercial after that, did a lot of soppy love songs. This one here is a solid album. It's fun. It stands on its own. It's a feel-good music. Another person who is a new artist, so I'm not completely lost, a bluegrass guy, Billy Strings. Billy Strings is literally a phenomenon. This guy plays guitar, writes songs, sings. His guitar playing. He's arguably one of the best guitar players in the world. Mostly acoustic, but he can play anything. And it's bluegrass, but it's bluegrass with some psychedelia mixed in. You're looking at his latest album. His last album before that won Grammy for Best Bluegrass. And this guy is really, really worth checking out. Another one is Molly Tuttle. So Molly Tuttle is actually a friend of Billy Strings. And Molly, I think her father was Bill Tuttle, a bluegrass guy. She was instrumentalist or guitar player of the year in the bluegrass before Billy Strings took over. She's amazing guitarist, amazing voice, and just a lot of fun to listen to. And she's done one of the last albums is a crossover album. And then going back to some of the older ones, Deep Purple. Deep Purple continues to put out amazing music, and unfortunately, because of classic rock radio, we're not getting it. Yes, Ritchie Blackmore is long gone, but Steve Morse is every bit of as good a guitar player, maybe better. Even Ritchie Blackmore has endorsed him as being an amazing guitarist. And of course, their longtime organist, I want to say John, terrible, I'm forgetting his name, passed away tragically a few years ago, but the guy that replaced him, who had big shoes to fill, is doing a great job. And all these albums, this last one, Turning to Crime, is an album of covers. So think Deep Purple doing songs by Led Zeppelin, doing songs by Cream, doing songs, actually they also do something called 1814 Took a Little Trip, the Battle of New Orleans, and it all works, it's great. The ones before that, and these are all since 2013. So in a time when some guys are only putting out albums every 7-8 years, these guys put this one here now, in 2013, 2017, they put out Deep Purple Infinite, and then they put out an album called Wish in 2020, and 2021, Turning to Crime. And I'm going to finish with, actually, the other one I don't have a visual for, so I'm not going to finish with this one. So The Who's last album from 2020. Roger Daltrey has said best album they've put out since Quadrophenia. That's a tall thing, but this is a good, solid album, fun to listen to. It's got a neat thing. One of them that he re-released is Pete Townshend had a demo that he did long before the Who even had a recording contract. They sort of dressed it up a bit, but it's the original recording. So there's a bit of a gem on here, new stuff with this stuff from 50 years ago. Anyways, and the other one that I, in hindsight, before I started doing this, I would give you a visual for is Tedeschi Trucks Band. Susan Tedeschi, who's married to Derek Trucks, name of the band. Think about one of these large bands like Earth, Wind, and Fire and Chicago with lots of brass and stuff. But it happens to have a singer, Susan Tedeschi, who is a cross between Bonnie Raitt and Janis Joplin. And the guitar player, Derek Trucks, is being recognized by many as one of, if not the very best slide player around. And great musicianship all the way through. Everybody in that band is amazing. So anyways, that's my thing for today. I'm going to wish you all the best and talk to you tomorrow.